Hi, my name is Sujita and this is my last vlog. So in this vlog, I'm going to be looking at different strategies that I've learned over the 9 weeks course as to how I can reflect better. And I'm also going to be looking back at my first vlog as to what I wanted to learn more about and whether I had actually learned my goal. So just to give you a run through from my first blog, one of the things that I really wanted to have a goal in terms of this course was to understand how, as teachers, we can learn different ways to reflect our practice, and at the same time, even after becoming a teacher, how can we still then carry on that reflection and constant reflecting even after becoming a teacher, because I know it is something that's hard to do, especially in this profession when we have to assess and we have to mark and we have to create lesson plans and carry out a lot of things we have to do as a teacher, and it's hard to constantly go back and reflect. And I want to know how, as a teacher, what ways as a teacher we could still do that even after becoming a full-time teacher. And so just to give you a sort of an understanding from my first blog to now, I actually want to show you a journal that I started to do since my first blog, and looked at some of the keywords and entries as well since I started my practicum. I just sort of looked back at everything that I've observed of kids and how I can use some strategies here when I go into becoming a teacher. If I ever need, anything, I can just look back at this journal and I can get some ideas. I have sort of categorized everything. So one would be like strategies that I could use for classroom management. Another would be looking at how to accommodate for kids with disabilities. So each of these sort of fall under different categories, and I just sort of looked up things on the internet, which is very easy to find. There are many ways as to how we can manage classrooms, and even looking at how we can change the life of a child who has a disability. How do we incorporate our lessons for them? So there's a lot of great resources online that I sort of searched up and started writing out in my journals. And so this is something that I started to do since the very first blog that I created, which is something that I've complained about, and so now I'm finally actually doing. And then I know in our classroom there was someone that actually suggested that we could even take notes on our iPads and we can take that to school. So this is also a great resource that I sort of started to look into, but for some reason I just actually like to go back to the paper pencil method, and I'll be guilty of that. But since my last blog to now, and if I look back at my KWL, particularly looking at my L, I wanted to learn different ways of doing it, and I wanted to incorporate more of the reflection concept into journals and create the entries, and I've done that. So that's sort of my progression. And if I were to look at that 1 to 10 scale, where I started off as a 4, and then my second blog I went to a 6, I would say now that I'm sort of like an 8 to a 9, doing a lot better than I started. So that's a good sign. And to answer your questions as to what has changed for you, I still know and understand the importance of reflecting. And I know that it's not only just good for the teachers, but it's also good for students as well. And if I were to say in particular, what have you changed in dramatically from your first vlog, I would say that, I actually invested in a journal, and I actually started writing in the journal and not just keeping it around in my shelves. It was something that I actually started to do, and organizing myself, which is also very important, especially when there's a lot to know as a teacher. And it is actually a great resource, because I can just open up one of my tabs here at the top and look through what strategies I could use and incorporate that into my lesson plans. And so this would be great, especially when we're going in September and we are working almost like a full-time teacher in the classroom. So it's always good to just have a lot of things handy. And if I were to look at what is my next goal, I would say that I want to actually step away from using the paper pencil method, like this journal, for instance, because I do feel like I should start to learn more about technology and how I could use more of like iPads, especially because, you know, this is something that once it's done, I would probably take this and put it into my closet somewhere, and then I would have to get another journal, but I won't be able to look back at this unless I bring both of these books to a classroom. So rather than having so many journals, I would want to have everything all at once and handy for me, and I think that's why I need to incorporate some more of technology. So, you know, opening up a Google Drive, for instance, and putting up all my strategies and having folders for each and organizing it like that. Something that, you know, where I just have it in my fingertips and it's not something that I have to search for. And even with this, although it is very handy for me right now, as soon as I become a teacher and I want to reflect more, you know, I want to be able to have things at my fingertips, and this is not going to be something that's going to be right there for me. This would be more something that would be a better option, as I can have my reflection from before and now and all in one, so that I could look back at anything that I've done in my past, that I could even use in my class as well. And that concludes my vlog for today.